My name's Travis Davis, and I'm the land manager at B-Rock Outdoor Adventures. I took over B-Rock January 1st, 2018, and it's kind of, I guess, would be unique as far as taking over a land management operation is that there was no training, there was no on-site guy telling me this is what you're going to do with this case scenario. I got the keys to the palace in the mail, and so what we have here is what we've built. Land management to me would be taking a piece of ground or whatever you have to work with and setting a set of goals for yourself to achieve and working towards those goals. It's the chase. It's just like hunting. It's finding a deer that you want to achieve. For me, it's the same thing. You know, I put these hunters out, and when I have a hunter get a kill, it's like me getting a kill. It's very rewarding. Wherever you have to cut the least amount of trees out.
Which tree are we going to?
We're going to that pine right there. Nice and slow. So those are two wind directions I think that we're going to be able to hunt this stand out of safely.
How many food plots did you say you have?
I have roughly 50 food plots.
And how many tree stand locations, slide lines?
I have over 76 hunt locations this year. I added probably 15 from last year, and I'll probably continue to add the following year.
Right.
We work in this farm 365 days a year. I have not been to my house, my own house, since August 8th that I can recall. I've not slept in my own bed since August 8th, so here we are, Halloween. From our front gate to our back gate, 7.5 miles. Now that's not as a crow flies, but that's the only way you can get to it via side-by-side or truck or whatever. I mean, there's no other way of doing it. When you're trying to move equipment, that's an all-day move from, you bring one tractor over, you bring another one over, then you have to take it back after you drop that piece of equipment off. Say, you like the cultipacker, if I got the cultipacker on, and I go, I'll move it, I'll drop it, and I'll go back and get the next piece. We're talking an all-day adventure just to move food plots for a half-acre food plot. In some scenarios, it will take a full day to plant a half-acre food plot, and we have 50 of them. That is correct. It's challenging. We pick rocks by hand, I bet you no less than 30 days this summer. Pick rocks by hand. I'm hoping to get to where we don't have to use such heavy equipment. We're running a skidster, backhoe, a bulldozer, 3 tractors. Hopefully I could get it down to where I could almost do it with a 4-wheeler, a garden rake, and some fire. Some ridges are better than others. The way the terrain is out here, we'll get lucky and we'll have a food plot that we till up that's not that rocky. But when I say not that rocky, we're still talking a day of hand picking. When it's rocky, we're talking multiple days of hand picking rocks. We basically have 6,500 acres of bedding here in the Bosch tract. So when you throw in a little green browse in late December with the bedding all around you, it makes some really excellent hunting. Truck driving out here. If you look this way, one
Tell me when you're on. Right in front of my gun. Right here. See him? You want him? You want him? You want him? Yes. That's him. That's the 10. That is him. Give me some, man. That's him.
My favorite part of the process is a bit, I guess, to be a little conceited. As a guy, you don't get to hunt as much. You do, but you don't. Not during the peak times, the best time. So I live vicariously through my hunters. So If they see a deer or they kill a deer on a stand that I designed, I set up the food plot. I basically told them where to go and where to be watching for these deer. I feel like I was
on
there
his way chasing
and had
again.
a part of it.
Here he comes back down the field sniffing. And I think that's the smaller one.
When did you decide that you were going to shoot this deer instead of start?
When they got within 70 yards. All these pitches are off 120 yards. Look at the two of them. See the two of them together?
Wow.
Look. He's feeding, and he kept feeding, and he said, I'm going to find me a woman.
Wow.
Is that a shooter?
It is. That's a freebie.
I hope we find it in the morning.
What can you do to make your farm better than the next guy's? And to me, everything's a competition to me. Doesn't really matter what it is. So if my neighbor's doing this, man, I can do that just a little bit better. So every 40 acres, we're allowed to have up to a 400 square foot water source. I have one in about every plot. There's a few that I probably need to redig just so I can get it hold a little better. But almost every major plot will have a watering source. And if I had to say, there's probably a water source per every 100 acres on the farm. We're talking 4 or 5 miles wide, 8 miles in length farm. So in order to keep our deer that we're trying to grow, we'd have water, we have food, cover. A lot of people, like you said, they do just focus on the food plots and they focus on the bedding and how their stands lay. But we have a lot of our camera sites early on, we're focused on the watering holes. We care less about anything else. We were just trying to focus on the watering holes.
Got a little evolved harvest food plot right out here in front of us in a water hole. Right here, it's been getting pretty warm in the day, so these bucks are really cruising right now, November the 9th, so they're doing their deal. Hopefully, we'll get one hot and bothered and come up in this water hole, we're hoping. Right here behind you, Skid. Got him. Smoked. Home state, baby. Home state, come into the water hole. Oh, cool deer, cool hunt, man. B-Rock Outdoor Adventures, boy. He walked almost right under the tree to a water hole right under us. Awesome deer.
And the way I said, again, the way I say it, if you don't do it, someone else is doing it. So if you want the best deer and turkey on your farm, you gotta be willing to go that extra mile to do what the next guy over is not doing. So if I know what my neighbor's doing, I'm gonna be doing more here. I'm a farmer, I grew up on a farm, I wanna die on a farm. So I will have a farm, and if I have land, and if there's deer on it, or turkey on it, I'm gonna have a food plot. I'm gonna be competing with that neighbor. I want the biggest time, I want the best buck. I want the most deer. I'm gonna do whatever I can to try to attain that. I'm Travis Davis, and I'm a land manager.